The main project here is concretizing an idea. And that's something I want you to think about. For me, I've tried to think about the solution to the problem of physically representing a mental practice by focusing on the physical spaces in which the mental activity would occur. Not all those physical spaces can be fit into a gallery. And so then there's the furniture, hardware, tools, and representations of same, and also representations of the mental practice, though, of course, from the outside in. One can do all of that without ever attempting to define what research is. And in fact, most of the mention of research that you will come across do not attempt to define it. So I'm actually not going to define research just yet. I'm going to start out talking about the exhibition, for me, juicy intellectual history with which I began the course. I'm going to hold here for the end, recognizing that we may not get to it, and being comfortable with that, because I think for me, I'm really looking forward to your help with thinking about the conceptualization, how to do this kind of an exhibition, and also your specific help with parts of the exhibition. So what I came up with was the idea of trying to represent research through the spaces in which research occurred. You'll see that I've set off the Wunderkammer from the others, and that's because having done a bunch of juicy intellectual history, I came to the conclusion that research is very much a modern category that has parts of it that appear earlier. And the most recent part that was still, to my mind, not the modern notion of research, is sort of the 16th, 17th into the 18th century ways of doing research. And so for me, the Wunderkammer stands for the last pre-modern or the last pre-conceptual place where something that wasn't quite research, but was deeply related to it, was occurring. And then the other spaces of research are ones that are integral to what we could call the modern regime of research. I've talked elsewhere about how much money is spent on research every year, and how little is published about what research actually is, although there's lots of descriptions of the things happening, but very little attempt to understand on a second order way, self-consciously, what's going on. Just to give you one example, Latour's Laboratory Life, which is this fantastic ethnography of a research institute, the SOC in La Jolla, never once talks about what research is. He uses the word, but it's a blind spot. And I guess the point of the exhibition is to put some attention and shed some light right on that blind spot.